What's going on, Socialites? Ryan here with the Global Pokemon Society, coming back at you with another episode in our Monotype series, going over some teams for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Today we'll be going over normal, ghost, and poison teams. So let me know if any of these types is your favorite. If your favorite is normal, like my man Larry, living like Larry. This man's a gym leader and an Elite Four member. Spoiler alerts if you haven't been in the game. Sorry about that, but yeah. On that note, let me know your favorite gym leader too in the game. Mine's definitely Larry, but I also thought Ryan was pretty cool. I don't know, maybe both the older people, I guess. Maybe I'm showing my age, but not really. So anyway, hopping into normal types here. Starting off with the big one, Mousehold, the Menace, Wide Lens, signature attack population bomb, hits 10 times. Each hit has 90% accuracy, so with the Wide Lens, you're getting a 10% boost, so each hit is 99%. Like, it's well over 90% chance that you're going to hit all 10. And when you're coming off of Technician with that, and then if you Terra type normal to double your stab, crazy damage. Bite, so you can hit the ghost types, again powered off of Technician, so that's 90 base power. Another signature move, they gave this family not one but two. The mama brought one and the daddy brought one. Tidy Up, which is like a rapid spin that also removes substitutes and also is a Dragon Dance. Like, just crazy. If you think your opponent's gonna switch out or give you a chance, you can Tidy Up. Or let's say you bring it in on a bulkier Pokemon who's gonna set up like rocks or hazards, and you Encore them into it and get a free turn to Tidy Up, and then you Population Bomb. Oof! Baby, the deck tuple, whatever 10 hits are, that's what you're going for. But yeah, really nice speed. And again, the attack is made up for by Technician, the just busted move, and then you Tidy Up, which is a rapid spin Dragon Dance, which is crazy stuff. Yeah, Mousehold, gotta be on every Monotype normal team for sure. Going with another new Pokemon, the Dunsparce, as my buddy Josh from the Waco Scissors likes to call it, the Law and Order Pokemon, Dun. Going with the leftovers because we want to use this nice HP stat of 125. Serene Grace, so that our headbutts and our bites have 60% flinch rate. You pair that with Glare to paralyze your opponent, and you are... I don't even know what the math is. It's something crazy. Like, if they're paralyzed and you're going for headbutt and bite, it's like 80% chance that they're not going to be able to move. It's something ridiculous. And Roost for some more longevity. We want max speed because when we paralyze something, we want to be sure to outspeed it. There are a lot of fast threats. So, yeah, max HP, max speed, because you don't... The 100 base attack is nice. Like, you think you'd want to invest in that, but this is a cheat set, right? You're just going for the headbutts and the bites against the ghost types. Flinch them out, paralyze them, etc. Another new they gave a bunch of busted Pokemon to the normal types here. Cyclizar, normal Dragon, heavy duty boots, way to go with her generator, because you want to make use of this busted attack, Shed Tail, which uses up half of Cyclizar's HP, but leaves a substitute to then allow a Pokemon from your party to come in behind the substitute. Regenerator then gives you that back, so you're only losing, what is it, like 17%, not even, from the Shed Tail. So that allows you to Shed Tail multiple times throughout the game. Knock off, Rapid Spin, Taunt, like this is just a very good utility Pokemon. Crazy 121 speed. Obviously you want max HP so that your Shed Tail substitutes are way up there. But yeah, Cyclers are really good. Terra type Dark, just in case you need to make this offensive, get some stronger knockoffs. But you shouldn't really want to do that with this guy. Defensive Pokemon Blissey. Don't gotta say much about Blissey. It's the quintessential special defense tank in every generation. The most ridiculous HP stat in the world. Seismic Toss for general damage. Shadow Ball so you can hit ghost types. Thunder Wave, which helps when the Dun Sparse comes in. And Soft Boil to keep you healthy. You could also put rocks on here. Maybe what you do is do something like this. But I do want another Pokemon to paralyze. But you could get rid of Thunder Wave and keep Seismic Toss if you want. This might be a better set to get the rocks up. So that you have a Hazard Sarah, because I didn't put that on here. So yeah, this is probably better. Again, so you're not completely walled by ghost types here. You want the Shadow Ball. But you could also just go with a generic move like Ice Beam or something too, just to hit them. Staraptor, another offensive threat, because we needed something with a little more speed here. So going Choice Band, Reckless. Brave Bird, gonna do huge damage off that Reckless boost, close combat to hit Steel types. And Terra Blast Ground makes you immune to electric types. Can also be good against certain steel types, such as Magnezone. There's a bunch of 4 times weak ground Pokemon too, like Iron Thorns and Iron Moth, all 4 times weak to ground. So could be good to Terra Blast that, and then U-turn just for continuously coming in. And then every normal team should have a Ditto. If your opponent somehow gets the setup and starts sweeping you, you bring in your Ditto. Now you have their whole setup plus a Choice Scarf, so hopefully you can sweep them back. A couple other Pokemon just to think about. For Farigiraf, I definitely like Farigiraf. A Calm Mindset. It has good coverage. Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Psyshock. Armor Tail makes it so Sucker Punches you can't get hit with, which is like a really strong priority move that Dark types would use against you. Kind of makes it a little more fair on that. They might not expect it the first time when they go for the Sucker Punch, the Armor Tail. But really nice HP and a decent special attack stat, so I think Calm Mind could be a way to go if you want to try it for Farigiraf. You could also try it on like a Trick Room team, but a normal Trick Room could be a little tough to do. And another Pokemon I always like is Zangoose with the Toxic Orb and Toxic Boost ability. Basically a free Choice Band, giving you that 50% attack boost. Some good coverage moves, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. Close combat too, so you can hit those steel types, Terra type electric, just to make your thunder punches that much stronger if that's where you want to go, and Swords Dance of course to really go bonkers. Moving on to the ghost types here, we gotta start off with probably the best ghost type. Well, actually the third best ghost type. We'll get to the other 2 best ghost types, but the third best ghost type that they added this generation, Goldango. Choice specs with Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, which is its signature attack, 120 base power steel move. That does decrease your special attack 1 stage whenever you use it, but it still does so much damage. And if you Terra type Steel, you're just blowing stuff away with Make It Rain, even after a special attack drop or 2. And then Thunderbolt, just good coverage with Trick to shut down any opposing walls. Annihilate, the new Primeape evolution. This boy's so bulky. Nice 110 HP stat here. Going with Defiant just in case if your opponent tries to go for like a Defog or something, which is why I have Stealth Rocks on there. You set up the Stealth Rock. Sometimes they don't think. They try and click a Defog or something. But Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Rage Fist. That's probably you need. Rage Fist. 50 base power, but every time you're hit, you get an extra 50 base power, which is why the Bulk Up set is so nice. Lets you survive a bunch of hits, Drain Punch, and leftovers, giving you recovery. Like eventually that Rage Fist is going to be well over 200 base power if you're playing it right. And you're just going to keep bulking up and getting your recovery back. Ceruledge, one of the new Pokemon, Violet exclusive. I like the Choice Scarf set with Flash Flyer, gives you a fire immunity on the team. You do have a couple fire weak Pokemon, but also a couple fire resist, but still, never bad to have immunity. And I think weak armor is not too good on this set. So Choice Scarf, Bitter Blade, which is your fire attack that heals you. Pretty good, pretty spammable. Close Combat, just a generic strong move. Iron Head, and Terra Blast Grass. This allows you to hit water types really hard, ground types really hard, extra hard, and also resist those typings as well if they come in. Say like a Palafin comes in. I don't know if you'll survive a Jet Punch, but maybe as a grass type you might. Dragapult, good or reliable. Now with Terra terastallizing, you do have the option to Terra type Ghost to now have a decent physical Ghost move, 80 base power. Ghost move, very spammable. So I like a Choice Band set, lets you make use of Dragon Darts and Sucker Punch and U-Turn. You could also, instead of like say Sucker Punch, you could do something. They don't have Steel Wing anymore. Well, that took away what I was going to say. I was going to say you kind of want something to hit fairy types, but you got Goldango for that, and you got Ceruledge, and you got Skeledirge, so I'm not too worried about your fairy matchup. Skeledirge, just your big defensive wall here for ghost types, probably the best defensive ghost Pokemon we've done in a while. Nice HP stat. Respectable special defense, good defense stat. Unaware, they can't set up on you. Will-O-Wisp, Torch Song, so you don't even have to worry about your special attack stat. You're just going to keep getting boosted on that Earth Power just for some more coverage. Slack off for recovery, etc., etc. And Frostlass, basically your dedicated lead. Get up spikes, taunt, Destiny Bond, kill something maybe. Pretty solid. So when I was talking about Goldango, I was going to say it's the best ghost type introduced. I was wrong. There were two better ones. So good that they banned them. So if you play Monotype on Showdown, yeah, you won't be able to use these. But if you're playing with friends and either you hate them or they love you, they might let you use these. Go Flutter Mane with a booster energy so you get that 50% on the speed. Remember, these abilities, Pro Synthesis and Quark Drive, it's 50% if they affect the speed. It's 30% if they affect everything else. Just remember that for your boosts when you're doing your head calcs. But Flutter Mane, I mean, huge stabs with Moonblast, good coverage, Mystical Fire, and Thunderbolt, Calm Mind. Like, it's going to survive like almost every special hit with that nice 135 special defense. And being able to Calm Mind up, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Houndstone on a mono ghost team. If you want to run the Sand Rush variant, you're going to need Sandstorm, so you could run it on itself. Some teams might try to switch out into something, thinking you're either the Fluffy set or whatever. You can get a Sandstorm up, then go for Last Respect's Body Press to hit your normal type Shadow Sneak for your priority. Or you can just run the Fluffy set with just all bulk. Last Respect still hits like a truck if you're the last Pokemon. Body Press does absurd damage. Shadow Sneak and Will-O-Wisp. Last but not least, we got the Poison types. So one of the premier Poison types that they released, Glamora. This Pokemon's been seeing a lot of work in the early meta of competitive. But it's your dedicated lead. Mortal Spin is a rapid spin that poisons. Spike, Stealth Rock, Memento to get your teammates in. You see that nice special attack stat. You could try to do an offensive Glamora. Maybe on a rock team, because there's not a lot of special attacking rock types. When we get to the rock team video, we'll see if Glamora makes the cut there. But yeah, this is just your dedicated lead. Its ability, toxic debris, whenever it gets hit by a physical attack, it sets up toxic spikes. So usually after a couple turns, because you live focus sash and everything, you'll have spikes, stealth rocks, and maybe 2 toxic spikes down. It's crazy. Clodsire, unaware Pokemon, so bring this in against your setup sweepers. Has pretty solid special defense, really nice HP, so you want to invest in your defense. Earthquake, recover, stealth rock, toxic. With Glamora, you might not even need stealth rock. You go for something like liquidation. You could do gunk shot if you want strong attack like that. You could do stone edge. You know, whatever you want to kind of go for there. I didn't want Stone Edge where Toxic was. You want Toxic, because this is how you're going to beat the Pokemon they're trying to set up on. You Toxic them, and then you just recover stall them. But yeah, this third option can be like anything, because with Glamora, you'll get up to your Stealth Rocks. If you really think you want Rocks in a matchup, and you want multiple Pokemon with them, then yeah, sure, Clodsire is your other guy. But just one of Poison's walls. Poison got a really nice offensive Pokemon this generation, though, in Iron Moth. Fire Poison, so gotta watch out for those ground types. Heavy Duty Boots, so it can come in, do some damage. Fiery Dance for setup. Sludge Wave, just really strong poison attack. Energy Ball U-turn to have it keep coming in and out, looking for a good position. And Terra type Grass makes you resist those ground attacks and water attacks and gives you a much stronger Energy Ball. You see that huge 140 special attack and a nice 110 speed. So this Pokemon is going to be kind of your cleanup sweeper there. Toxapex, just another poison defensive core. Toxapex really got screwed this generation. Doesn't have knockoff, doesn't have Scald. So I like Haze, because if you don't have Clodsire, you need to stop setup sweeper. So Haze is good. Recover, of course. Toxic Hex, probably the strongest thing you can be doing other than trying to miss 8 Hydro Pumps. Skuntank is your Psychic immunity. I don't like Skuntank, but I understand the necessity for a Psychic immunity, because you're already going to get hit by ground on all these things. You don't want to get hit by ground and Psychic on everything. Adding Fire Blast just so that you can hit some ground, some steel types too, because this doesn't, like, it learns Dig, but do you want to be using Dig? Not sure about that. And Terra type Fairy, just so it can make use of Play Rough, which is its strongest sort of stab move. You could also run Crunch, of course. Crunch isn't bad. You got the Sucker Punch. So you could do like Terra type Dark. Just, if you don't have your Iron Moth, though, you're going to really struggle against Steel types. The last Pokemon on the team, Venomoth, can deal with Steel types, but it needs to Quiver Dance up a couple times. And there still are some Steel types that it can't deal with, such as Corviknight. Might be able to break through with a couple Psychics, but again, you need to get those Quiver Dances up. But Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz Psychic. Sleep Powder is a little awkward because if your Glamora gets your Toxic Spikes going, you're not going to have a lot of opportunities to put Pokemon to sleep. So do keep that in mind if you're trying to go for the Venomoth sweep there. But I do think it is nice to have a setup sweeper on your team. And lastly, just some more poison types to talk about. If you want another strong special attacker, there is Gengar, but when it has the same speed and is weaker than Iron Moth, I say just go Iron Moth. But maybe you want 2. Maybe you like this. Maybe you like Gengar over Venomoth. Go for it. Reverum, one of the new Pokemon, I think could also be a good setup sweeper. It does get Shift Gear, so that gives it a +2 speed and +1 attack. Gets moves like Iron Head and Zen Headbutt for potential flinches when you have that high speed after shift gear. And Terra type water, that way you can hit ground types. You have the balloon because you are 4 times weak to ground, so it is nice to get that balloon when you go for that first shift gear. Then maybe you can Terra type water, kill the ground types, kill the fire types that would want to position on you normally. Really nice 119 attack stat, and the 90 base speed after a shift gear is going to be really good. You're going to outspeed everything. And last Pokemon, I don't think this Pokemon's good, but I did want to talk about it because it was a new poison type that had some interest. Grafefe, prankster ability, so it just has a very shallow move pool. Gets knockoff, Super Fang for reliable damage, you know, always does 50% as long as you're hitting Taunt and Parting Shot with the prankster stuff. It's fast, 110, but you've got a bunch of other 110s on this team that you can choose from, and yeah, other than knockoff, it really doesn't get any attacks. So that's about that. So let me know which of these teams you liked, what you didn't like on them, what types you're looking forward to me discussing in the future. Let me know again what your favorite gym leader was in the story. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay classy, society.